Welcome, welcome. Come one, come all to another PCN marquee matchup. Tonight, I'm a little Brazilian. Saul Goodman Jr. will be joining me in a short while, but for the time being, I have Will alongside me. Today, we have a fantastic fixture. We have first place Atlanta United, and they'll take on 11th place Chelsea. Now, Will, care to share your thoughts a little bit about the matchup between these two teams coming into tonight?
Sure, I can do that. I'm gonna have to tread lightly here since I am a part of Atlanta United. Try not to step on anybody's toes too much here, but Atlanta come in top of the table. We've had a really good season so far. Came out, try to show the league what we can really do, and it's gonna be a tough test tonight, though. Chelsea have some really good players, and they have a really good team, and I think it's gonna be a really good match for us to watch.
Now, Atlanta United currently with an immense goal difference of 18, Chelsea sitting on a +1, but Chelsea are scoring goals. There are teams in the mid-table area that aren't doing as well as them on the goal-scoring front, so they're potent going forward, but as my sources tell me, Chelsea known to play a little bit of Brexit ball.
We haven't played these guys yet this season. We had to reschedule this game from Sunday. They had some key guys missing out, and we really wanted to try to work out with them, as best as possible, just in case if maybe some karma will treat us back nicely. You know what I mean?
Yes, and with that, let's go ahead and move on into the key Atlanta players and touch on their lineup for a little bit. Now, their highlighted three includes the likes of Shmurda Paulo, Goatloss, and Libero, who have been cogs in their sides. Dominant success in recent history. All three players playing an influential part on each area of the pitch. Now let's move on into the starting lineups. In goal, the one, the only, APOC. He's had a phenomenal season so far and a great defense in front of him that have made his job quite comfy. It's been a good run for this Atlanta backline, which includes Exile, Libero, Lil Perp, and You Don't Vape. Moving into their midfield, we have Jammy and 5'6" Poppy holding it down. At Ram, we have Moneybags. At Cam, we have Goatloss. And at Lamb, we have Shmurda Paulo. And up top, the lone striker, FIFA Talentless. Moving forward into Chelsea's lineup, their key players here shown. Chronic up top with a consistent goal-scoring fashion that makes him one of the more standout strikers in this league. We have Nasty, holding an excellent set of stats there at the center back role. And Luca Brazil, their goalkeeper, who's put on a save show. He's been really important for this Chelsea team. Now let's move into their lineups. Lucas Brazil in goal, Dre at right center back, Nasty at center back, and Polo Gare at left center back. Now they're opting for the 3-back as opposed to Atlanta's 4-back. They're definitely going to be looking to press the ball higher up the pitch. Atlanta will have to see if they can pass the ball around Chelsea's high press. Continuing forward, we have Koayoni-chan at RDM, Wizard at LDM. On their outside mid-rolls, we have William J199 and G Fets. At Cam, we have Makino. And up top, we have Lobo and Chronic. Now, Will, I'm not going to ask you for score predictions because you're playing tonight, but I'll drop a score prediction. Difficult. Not necessarily in picking the outcome, just the goal scoring. I believe Chelsea are a pressing team with their formation that they've picked. They've definitely elected to hold the ball more in the midfield if they stray away from their Brexit ball mentality, or so I've heard. I'm going to go ahead and say 2-1 Atlanta. I reckon Chelsea can give you guys a good run for your money tonight.
That's fair. That's fair. This Chelsea team is really good, and I'm not playing tonight. Just noted. Vape is going to play at left back, and Exile is going to play at my spot at right back. We got some fullback rotation there, but this Chelsea team is going to be really good. It's going to be a really great matchup to see which of these teams can come out and execute. It's going to be the 3-back versus a 4-back, and that always generates some interesting matchups in general. So I'm going to go ahead and tell these guys to send. I think they're going to go ahead and start now. So, and if you guys hear Saul jump in here at any moment, he'll be taking over from me.
All right, and with that, we're into the kit selection on our end, so the game will be kicking off here momentarily. Again, these are two teams that are in decent form at the moment. Well, Chelsea's in decent form at the moment. Atlanta in red-hot form. It's really going to be a clash of mentalities. Who really wants it more, to use that old trope? Now, I know mentality is a big sticking point to a lot of people who study the game, people who watch the game, but I really think in a FIFA setting, who's turned on, who's plugged in, who's ready to go tonight can make a big difference. Chelsea here in blue. They'll kick it off to start the first half. Atlanta in white. Immediately looking to play a switch ball cut out by Vape. Now Schmerda in the midfield wants to play a little dinked ball cut out by Wizard. Trey.
Ooh, you're a little ahead of me right now.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh.
Couple
Let me know
seconds.
once you're corrected. And Goatless here lays it into Talentless, well cut out by Kawhi.
Okay, you're still a little bit ahead. Sorry about that. Got the ball on the wing right now with G-Fets. Long ball over the top. And Libero clears. Throw in for Chelsea. In the corner. Elbow around Exile. Cleared out by Libero. Let me know when you're squared away, Lucas.
Well, if I'm ahead of you, I need to fix myself.
Atlanta playing patient here. Passing in their own half. Trying to find some space.
Yeah, I'm still ahead of you.
Schmerda out wide. Cut it in. Finds Talentless in the box. Good save by Luka. Goatless. Another good save. Well done. Set piece for Atlanta here. And it looks like we have Saul joined us also. Did you get slowed down, Lucas?
I can't really slow down a live stream, well.
I mean, you can pause.
Yeah, but then when I hit play, it goes back to live.
Oh. All right. I can refresh then, whenever the ball comes out.
Right.
Hello, boys.
Hello, Saul.
How we
Apologies,
doing
everyone,
tonight?
for this slight mix-up in the commentary and stream, but
You know, shit happens. We get through it. So it looks like you don't have any score yet in that 17th minute game.
yes, here comes Wizard. Wants to play it. Moneybags cuts it out here, top of the box, lays it down. FIFA Talentless plays it into the space. Well defended by Chelsea here. William, nice little tricky move to get himself out onto the wing, and now Chelsea looking to build from their own half into the opposing half. Now Jamie steps in well, cuts that one out.
No, I'm ahead.
God.
The struggle of not being able to spectate these matches is ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it.
That's a
All right,
precarious
let me see.
free kick there.
All right, yeah, okay. He's set up to take the free kick.
Yep,
Am I
free
good?
kick.
All right,
I think so.
okay.
I'm
We
now
just
set
called
up.
for ball. Lobo wants to flick that one out right. Headed away by Vape. It's still messed up, isn't it?
Yeah, we're in the same stream, Dorsey. Just different timings here. I'll just have to refresh my end.
I guess I'll be a radio announcer until then.
Sure, yeah, be a radio announcer. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this because this is ridiculous.
Vape holding possession with Atlanta cut out. Now Chelsea. William here on the right-hand side. Chelsea spread out in their midfield. Cut back. Still in their own half. Playing around the back. Chelsea look to build with a big switch out to the left. G-Fets on the ball. Plays an over-the-top ball, but headed away by Libero. Almost recapped by Chelsea.
Yeah, it seems like Atlanta's just kind of sitting back and letting Chelsea play with the ball back there, and then they try to do that big through ball. I don't think that's going to work the way Atlanta's playing defense right now.
Yeah, and it seems like they did their homework. I spoke a little earlier about Chelsea's notoriety with the Brexit ball. Now that we can see more of the passing stats on the PCN website, whatnot. And Chelsea's direct play has definitely been the talk of some of the stat keepers in this league. Teams that know how they play can do a better job of breaking them down, as Atlanta are doing currently, but Chelsea still have to find a way to stop Atlanta.
True. Actually, Valencia played Atlanta in the friendlies early on before the games, and Atlanta seemed like they were struggling a little bit on offense. So I'd be interested to see if that carries over into their games.
Noted. Interested to see what kind of impact that has as Atlanta here look to take advantage of a set piece opportunity well into the first half. Goatless here. Swings that one into the box, and Luca Brazil gets a strong fist to that, headed away by Nasty. Vape wins that. Paulo wants to play that one in. Just offside by the look of it, but as Luca Brazil gets the ball, it will be play on.
Atlanta running this 4-2-3-1, very hard to break down, and or 4-3-2-1. I'm sorry, and it's interesting because they play so defensive as it is, then to also play a defensive formation with that that direct through ball, I feel like is going to be cut off for most of the night. Maybe they'll catch someone sleeping, but I doubt it.
Yeah, with this more narrow formation in mind from Atlanta, they can definitely sit more compact as opposed to a 3-5-2 where the outside mids really have to just hug that hug the touchline.
Yeah, and see something like that. See, they didn't play the big LBY just there, and they got to the Atlanta's goal, but they were playing more these short passes. And I think that if you're gonna break down Atlanta, that's the way you got to go about it.
I mean, the thing that's so difficult to break down is when they're on the ball, they're so hard to dispossess. But I think they've grown so used to, keeping the ball with such comfort that when they have a team that's managing to pass around them and maybe frustrate them a little bit, it'll definitely offset them. And if Chelsea realize that, it could be a different ball game entirely.
Giant throw-in was never really going to connect there. Chelsea
Defense here. And will be halftime. Now, with this thrilling 0-0 game, don't forget to start considering who you think might be man of the match. We'll drop the poll around the 80th minute, announce the results post-game. Just a brief reminder to have someone in mind.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you got to be considering defenders and maybe a goalkeeper, but there's only been 2 shots in the whole game, so it's got to be really defenders or midfielders.
Yeah, I mean, basically just keep your eye on whose name's popping the most for either team. What center mid's trying to dictate the tempo more than the other? I think that's what this game is going to come down to. A midfield that gets into a consistent rhythm of passing the ball and creating that open space. Expanding their attack, shifting the play. Really just forcing the other team to take into account the different tactics you try to employ. I feel like a one-dimensional style of play, i.e. Chelsea at the moment, is a little too easy to read, but their defense is strong enough at the moment that Atlanta can't seem to break it down.
Yeah, Atlanta with 58% possession, but only 2 shots to account for that. So you have all that possession, but it's not threatening, and that's not going to win you very much ball games out here. But then on the other side, Chelsea has no shots, so you don't shoot, you don't score.
And one thing I do want to comment on here, I don't want to interject between you two, but sorry, I was waiting to see what happened there. This game is just much different than games in years past. I mean, only we have 2 teams out of 20 in the entire Super League averaging more than 2 goals a game. So scoring goals has proven to be difficult this season. So we'll see what happens in the future.
Yellow card, quite clearly there.
Minus our Benfica Inter game, we haven't really had a high-scoring affair yet in the Marquee matchup. So
I think you just re-engaged all of the nightmares Inter players had from that game. So They'll thank you for that later.
They seem to be doing fine.
Yeah. Recovering nicely.
It's like direct wide ball that's getting cut out too easily. And it looks like Atlanta have dropped a couple players.
I see Exile is not there, and I see Vape is not there.
Wants to play that ball. Poor touch by the bot. Plays that wide. Wants to cross early. Well defended by Atlanta, and they switch the play. Looking to move forward with it now. Here comes Schmerda. Continues the run. Wants to cut back. Makino steps to that strongly.
It'd be interesting if those two players did in fact drop, because we know that Chelsea likes that LBY, and the left back, right back are crucial to cutting off those deep runs on the outside.
Yeah, that's something they're definitely going to have to consider, I believe, especially since it would appear that one of those two were the any.
Oh, and it looks like we're getting some comments in the chat. Well, on that LAFC Santa Clara game, or Santa Clara.
Oh, yeah, fair
game,
enough, fair enough.
It was 4-1, I think.
This is going to be interesting now with both fullbacks out for Atlanta. See how they can cope with being, two human players down.
Schneider squares that one into the box. Goalless tries to shot, gets it in! Past Luca Brazzi! Goal for Atlanta!
Golazo! What a beautiful little shot there, that near post finesse.
The man who struggled to score goals all last season that's his 9th goal of the season so far. So I think he's he's righting his wrongs here.
New FIFA, new goatless. So I imagine we'll see a little bit more of an attacking side from this Chelsea squad now. So it'd be, like I said earlier, it's going to be interesting to watch how those bot left back and
what a
right
ball
back.
if he can keep that in. Just too far. Cut out by Atlanta here, looking to move up the field as 5-6 plays a nice ball up to the 9. 9 appears to be Vape's guy pressed up the field.
He's playing left back, middle, forward. It's a new position. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Vape would have played it like that anyway, so.
It's progressive, guys.
Well, set piece play for Atlanta here. They're getting numbers out of the box. Looks like they're content to just kind of focus on defending this. Maybe creating a half chance out of it as they get a couple more numbers into the box. Moneybags trying to spin the defender in circles, cleared away. 5-6 does a nice little move here, creates some space, wants to, but Fetz reads that well, clears it away. Will be another corner for Atlanta.
See if they play that short game again. That seems to be the meta of this FIFA. Nothing doing on that one, but I don't think the top box playing in is as consistent as it should be.
And look how many players, as soon as that ball got into that midfield, there were 4 or 5 white jerseys there around the ball looking to win it back. And it shows you here what Atlanta really does off the ball is just as important as what they're doing on it here to maintain possession and keep fashioning those chances going forward.
Yeah, they do great in that defensive positioning, making sure they're playing defense as a team.
Another deep ball. He will be onside. Pulls it back. Well read by Makino. Atlanta here not really keen to leave Chelsea's half of the pitch. And the bot floats that one in. Talentless brings it down, tries the shot. Great save.
Big save from Luca. Keeping his squad in it.
Well, when your defense fails you, you need to make a big save. He did just that.
Credit to
at the same time, I guess you could attribute that to the bundles that is FIFA. Oh, nice move from Talentless. He keeps going, wants to go all the way, but what a great piece of defending there.
Credit to Atlanta for not taking their foot off the gas. They got that one goal, and they keep that pressure. They've been in Chelsea's side for the better part of this second half, even after the goal. So
Chronic there trying to split the defense, only found the foot of an Atlanta defender. Chelsea on the ball. Chance to shoot. Great step by Perp. Oh, that run could be splitting. They want to go wide instead. Cuts inside. Here's Moneybags. Wants to whip that one deep to the backside. He'll get there. He'll keep it in. Schmurda with numbers behind to support him. Keeps dribbling. Lays it back deep. Here's 5-6. Turns around Makino. Plays it straight into Kawhi, and he lays it up to Makino. Now a little bit of a chance for Chelsea to go forward here. Not enough juice on that ball. Too easy for Jamie to clear. And here come Atlanta. Moneybags keeps that in. They've got 3 numbers going forward here. They've got that back post option, which he sees should be a goal.
Schmurda chicken just coming in a little too hot.
That was an intense opportunity there at the end. The game will finish 1-0. Now, we dropped the poll for man of the match.
You guys have some suggestions?
That was a tough one.
It was a difficult one in that everyone on both teams was on the ball. I'd say, not entirely even amounts, but no one on either team really did anything that was too egregious that would take them out of contention as far as it goes. I believe it was a pretty even game, but with just the one goal, I'd probably have to give it to the goal scorer.
Yeah, so that was my first thought, was Goatless. In my opinion, though, you look at the stats overall for this game, and Chelsea doesn't have a shot. So how do you not give it to someone on the defensive end when I think Atlanta's defense, as far as that game was concerned, I felt like Jamie was all over the place. And you could also make the case for 5-6 Poppy. I think he was very institutional to them, keeping Chelsea off of the scoreboard, especially after losing their fullbacks. So I would give it to one of the two DMs, in my opinion.
Yeah, and to add a comment onto how Jamie was playing, especially right at the end there, Chelsea had a really good opportunity to get in behind, and if it weren't for Jamie recognizing that run early and tracking back, I'm not sure if he would have gotten that clearance out in time, and Chelsea could have been in and possibly equalized the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was covering for that right back who had disconnected, unfortunately. So credit to him to seeing that and catching up with that run in and bailing out his side. Looks like Schmurda is getting a few votes in there, even though he skied that last chance, and Goatless is getting quite a few nominations in there. Oh, and the infamous "You Don't Vape."
More votes for his bot than for him, probably.
Looking like it's a one-horse race in this, or you could say a one-goat race. You're welcome for that. Vape, you can't win man of the match by disconnecting at halftime. That's not how it works.
I thought I was like, all right, my stats are already good enough for the game. Well, let's just wiggle the Ethernet a little bit to see if I can get some magic to happen.
Wait, who let Vape in, huh?
He invited himself per usual, so it just kind of happened, and we don't have the authority to kick him out, so he's here.
I just came to say hi. Good job with the commentary, guys. I had fun watching the rest of the game after I got kicked out. You guys kept it good. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm out.
Thanks, Vape. Couldn't do it without you. Any final thoughts on this game, Brazilian? Before we award the man of the match? And
Well, it's always good to be back in the commentary box, watching these marquee matchup games, talking about them. They're always entertaining. They always provide great fun. Always fun to commentate. This game was no different. Although the score was less than some of our more noteworthy fixtures, it still provided a great deal of entertainment and, in reality, a good showing of what proper clubs can be. 11 players getting behind the ball and moving as a unit, really playing as a team. Not just exploiting the mechanics of the game, but actually playing some proper football. So it was nice to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that statement wholeheartedly because you saw a team just literally dominate the other team. Not on the scoreboard, it was 1-0 as the end of it. But when you looked at the actual numbers, I think it was 62% possession for Atlanta. They had, I think, 5 shots or something like that, and Chelsea couldn't get a shot. So you don't allow the other team to shoot, you dominate possession, and then you get enough to get the W. So credit to Atlanta for playing a very good team effort game.
Well, I believe that about wraps us up. I'm a little Brazilian.
And I'm Saul Goodman.
Thank you for tuning in to our PCN Marquee Matchups broadcast. We'll see you next time.
Take care.